All right, so I'm going to address this and I'm going to address it quickly. Okay? This is for everybody out there who's hating on Starfield right now. Okay? All I keep hearing is Starfield is 30 FPS. It's a bad game. It looks terrible graphically. It's bad. When. Microsoft can learn from this. Okay? You guys are basing a whole entire game based off of frames per second. Yes, I agree. Games now, considering the gen that we are in, should be 60 FPS. This is not the case here. I'm not defending Bethesda. I'm not defending Starfield. But when I hear things like Avatar looks amazing, Avatar looks phenomenal, it looks great graphically, it's impressive, that kind of bothers me. And I'll tell you why. Okay, first of all I keep hearing is, oh, how do you compare Starfield and Avatar? They're two completely different games. Fuck that. First of all, okay, I'm comparing graphics. I'm not comparing story. I'm not comparing how big a game is. I'm comparing it graphically. And for everybody out there saying that Starfield looks like crap because it's 30 FPS, fails to realize that FPS has nothing to do with the way a game looks graphically. Because to me, in the background that you guys can see right now, this game looks phenomenal. Granted, yeah, it's running at 30 FPS. The game looks great. We need to stop saying, oh, this game looks bad. Oh, this game's going to be the worst thing ever just because of the frame rate. Just because they're capping at 30 frames per second because of the consistency that they want. Because that's how it runs better. Meanwhile, when Avatar was shown at the at the Ubisoft showcase today, what did it say down at the bottom? It said it was PS5 footage. Why? Because Microsoft can't handle anything over 30 frames per second on one of the most supposed powerful consoles in the world, right? But everybody says, oh, Avatar looks great. It looks impressive. It's one of the best things I've ever seen. And then you guys wonder why I'm comparing fucking Starfield to Avatar. First of all, I'm not comparing 4K 60 PC gaming to fucking NES. That's the way you guys make it seem. Oh, you can't compare. You can't compare Starfield to Avatar. They're two completely different games. All I hear is that you're fucking biased as shit. Okay? And you're over here talking about some, oh, yeah, Starfield is the worst game since sliced fucking bread because of 30 FPS. Get the fuck out of here, dude. That makes no sense. It makes no sense for everybody to be talking bad about Starfield because of a frame rate. So just because the frame rate is 30 frames per second, it automatically deems this one of the worst games in the world. But then when you say, oh, it's not the worst game in the world, everybody wants to say, well, I didn't say it was the worst game in the world. All you guys do is backtrack constantly. All you do is say it's either Starfield looks good, Starfield looks great. Oh, Starfield looks like shit. Oh, I can't believe they're capping it at 30 FPS. Because I'll tell you what, at that showcase, when they showed Starfield, everybody went crazy. And then everybody's got fucking 2020 vision talking about some, oh yeah, I see the frame rate dip. Oh, it went below 30 frames per second there. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, because anybody with a right mind who saw that showcase today for Ubisoft and sat there and watched that Avatar bullshit gameplay, you're gonna tell me everything in that game looked phenomenal. Those explosions, the shooting looks great. Looks like next gen. Sit here and tell me that Avatar looks fucking next gen. It doesn't. but we're mad because a game is in 30 frames per second. And everybody out there knowing damn well, talking about Starfield, talking about how bad this game is because of its frame rate, either is going to play it on Game Pass day one or make that purchase. Why? Because it's a Bethesda game. And people are going to jump on it. All these people out here saying, oh, I'm not going to play this game. I can't support this nonsense. You going to play it. You're going to upload it to your YouTube channel. Why? Because it makes the views. Right? Every time you hop on YouTube talking about some Starfield looks bad, 30 frames per second, that's all I ever hear. You racking up those views, right? That's all it takes, right? I'm so sick of people complaining about this nonsense. It's not that serious. Yes, the game is 30 frames per second. And everybody want to talk about, oh, it's just a poor man's No Man's Sky. Go away with that nonsense. Okay? There's so much you can do in this game. And again, I'm not defending it. I'm not defending their actions. I'm not defending the fact that this game is 30 frames per second and that it that's it. Like, oh yeah, 30 frames is cool. No, fuck that. I didn't think Gotham Knights was okay at 30 frames per second. I didn't think A Plague Tale Requiem was good at 30 frames per second. Yeah, 60 frames is important. Yeah, 60 frames, we need it. We need it. And I want 60 frames for Starfield. But you got to understand something. Just because a game is in 30 frames per second does not affect how this game looks at all whatsoever. This game looks absolutely gorgeous. This game looks amazing. Look at the backdrop. Look at everything about this game. This is a game that was 25 years in the making. Oh, 25 years in the making. They couldn't do 60 FPS? Fuck you. No, they couldn't. They're capping it for consistently. Get over it. Crybabies. Who cares? I don't care. I'm still going to play the game. I'm still going to sit around and enjoy it and have fun. I guarantee you everybody talking mess about this game right now is going to sit at home day one playing this game and enjoy it. Okay? You guys act like I'm talking, oh, you're comparing the game to Avatar. I'm so sick of hearing that. Just because I made I'm trying to put two and two together on graphics. Y'all act like I just compared Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain to fucking Blinks the Time Sweeper. Y'all act like I'm comparing Xbox Series X to OG Xbox. I'm talking two current generation games. One that comes out in September and one that comes out who the fuck cares when. All I know is it looks like shit. Right? Okay. So everybody at home sitting on Twitter, they Twitter fingers, oh, this game sucks. 30 frames per second. This was the moment that Todd Howard said, yeah, I get it. And you know what? If Redfall was a good game, that 30 frames per second wouldn't have meant anything. Now, if this game ends up being bad, then I understand the frustration. I'll get it, man. If the game ends up being bad, I will understand. But ain't nothing wrong with this game, man. The game looks phenomenal to me. The game looks phenomenal to everybody because when I hop on YouTube, I go to one channel. One time somebody said, oh, this game looks like shit, 30 frames, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I just watched the Starfield Direct. Oh, this game is fucking nuts. Man, suck a dick, man. How you gonna backtrack like that? How you gonna say one day this game looks amazing and the next day it's awful? Cause you riding the wave, right? You want to jump on a bandwagon with everybody else because right now it's cool to hate Starfield. So that's why we hate on it, right? Because right now, in the moment, it's cool to hate on Starfield. Yeah, but not me. 30 frames per second is fine by me. I get it. I'm okay with it because that's what we're getting. But just because of an additional 30 frames per second, I'm not going to sit here and just bash this game and make it out to be the worst thing ever when there's a lot of games out there that actually suck. Okay, when there's a lot of games out there that companies don't even put attention to, that companies don't even update, that companies don't even give a fuck about once they upload it. Or once they release it. Yeah, but here we are. Here we are making this video because all you guys want to constantly keep saying and hopping on YouTube talking about is Starfield looking like crap. Show me one clip in this backdrop right here. Show me one clip that looks bad. Show me one clip where these graphics look awful. Please tell me. You can't. Because once again, 30 frames per second and resolution, graphically, two different things. When you talk about 30 frames per second, that's completely different from graphics. That's why you got fidelity and you got performance. Two different things. Right? Am I wrong? I thought so. So you guys actually really think about it. You guys out here who actually really talking about this game, are actually really out here saying that this game looks like crap, that this game doesn't deserve to be played because of 30 FPS, that you should boycott Starfield because of it. You go ahead. You boycott. Because guess what? Day one, I don't give a fuck what none of y'all doing. I'm playing Starfield.